Great, now I have a lot to live up to.
Magic bracelet 29 of 30. We're almost freaking done with this.
Alright, I'll
That's the
start.
caption. We're almost freaking done with it.
I'll start. Okay. Soon Kim and Jess went to look for the scarf, and meanwhile Swift and the Lorax were not too far as they see the two coming. Lorax, right on time, waves at them. Hey guys, come on over. Do I sound okay? Like, is my audio going through good?
Yes. No, it's,
Oh, yeah.
no, I mean, no.
It's better.
Yeah,
Oh, it's better? Okay.
better. Yeah.
Kim running over with Jess. There you are. Swift, how'd you like my little swipe for the scarf? Jess laughing, it was pretty genius. Isabella was furious about it too. Swift, haha, yeah, she sure was. Kim, and when me and Tom told her about the valley having trogers, she and the rest of the family will be leaving in a few hours. Rex, great, that makes our job a whole lot easier. Swift, way easier. She and her family will be out of our hair in a matter of hours. Lorax, good, the sooner the better. Jess, no kidding, I thought she was going to sit there like a snoot all day. Kim, and I had to deal with such snootiness. Snootiness. Jess, I know, but you did a good job at it, smiles at her. Just a couple more hours and they'll be out of our hair. Kim, thanks, smiles. Meanwhile, at the Wensler's house, Wensler decided to talk to his dad about what's going on. The two went into the kitchen to wash up the teacups before the Wensler leaned over to his dad. Wensler whispering, Dad, what in the world is going on? About Swift being a parrot and Kim acting weird and there being trogers in the valley? Tom. No, Tiogas! Tom whispering back, well, you see, we're trying to persuade Isabel and the family to leave. Wensler, eyes wide. Wait, why? Tom, because the only reason they came to visit was to take part in your newfound wealth. You know that more than I. Wensler looking away. I know they are. Bitch, you guys, you really doing this for me? Tom smiling, of course, you're my son, and I would never want you to be uncomfortable or upset about anything. Wensler smiling, thanks, Dad. Hugs him suddenly. I love you. I love you too. I love you more. I love you most. Tom surprised by hugging him back. I love you too once. I loved you once. Never again. Meanwhile, Kim and Jess head back as Kim looks at the ragged scarf that's a bit dirty. Kim, why is this dirty? Swift, oh, we buried it for a while. Lorax, yeah, and we couldn't get all the dirt off. Jess, well, why did you bury it in the first place? Swift, proper funeral, and to make sure she doesn't find it. Jess nodding, oh, I see. Well, that was nice of you two. Thoughtful. Lorax, we thought the poor thing needed something to commemorate it. Swift nodding. Kim, very nice. What the fuck? Lorax, I just can't believe you actually got Isabella to finally agree to leave. That's a miracle in itself. Kim, I know, because I make miracles happen all the time. I can't believe it myself either. I thought it wouldn't work if I added in about Trogers. Just, apparently she didn't know how much about Trogers herself, which is a good thing for us. Kim smiles. Yeah, luckily, she nor anyone will ever meet a real Troger. Lorax nodding. Only in our worst nightmares, thank goodness. Kim, yeah. Meanwhile, some of the animals, along with Pip, were curious about the camper. Led by Pipsqueak, the animals nosed around the big vehicle, sniffing and prodding it. They had never seen an RV before, and of course were very curious. Oh, God. All right.
Oh,
They looked at it
whoa.
God damn it. They looked at it curiously as they soon saw a door that was left open. Pipsqueak and his friends cooed eagerly, looking at each other before making a dash for the opening inside. They separated, each heading for a different thing that sparked their curiously. What? That sparked their curiously. That sparked their curiously. Pipsqueak was in the picture, of course, and rummaged through the bags and jars of interesting food. Some of the other animals looked around the different areas of the RV curiously. Because curiously is curiously is curiously. Curiosity killed the Barbaloot. That's obviously what this is leading up to. A few of the Swami Shawns. The Swami Shawns wandered around the rooms and
Welcome
looked.
to Zamka.
God damn it. And looked nosily around the bedrooms and living room. Some of the fish even went all the way up to the decks, deciding to swim around the pool. Meanwhile, Isabella was having some tea when she saw Kim and Jess return with the scarf. Isabella setting down her cup and to stand quickly. My scarf, you found it. Jess, yep, we found it all right. Kim, although it is a little dirty. Isabel walking over. Yes, it is a little dirty. Wait, how did it get so dirty? Takes the scarf from them disgustedly. Kim, it was in the dirt. Isabella's staring at her. I gathered that. Was it in the dirt in the first place? Just Swift must have dropped it in the mud a couple times before we were able to get it back. Kim, yeah, but at least you can always wash it up so it's good as new. Isabella, I can't wash this scarf. It'll mat up the poor thing's fluff. It's no machine wash. Oh my
How
gosh.
do you mat something? Who's Matt? Which Matt?
Your other husband. No, then I guess you'll have to wash it the old-fashioned way then. Isabella wrinkling her nose. You mean yes? Tom, come on, Belle. You used to wash clothes like that all the time before we got a real washing machine. Isabella, don't call me Belle. But I don't want to wash all the icky dirt out of this with my hands. Kim, Belle, huh? That's a cute nickname. Belle with bells on. What the fuck? Were you high? Were you just really high? That would explain it. Isabella frowning. It's what Tom here used to call me when we were young. Tom chuckling. She didn't like it back then either. Kim, I see. What? Giggling a bit because fucking funny-ness. No. Not like his first name was Taco. Okay. Then we'd be getting something. Isabella frowned, deepening before she smirked. He was my Tommy. Oh, snap. Yeah, I hated that one. What? Yeah, Kim, that's an interesting nickname. Because I have no reason for it, because soon she saw something at the corner of her eye and she saw the animals in the RV. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at all the animals are taking a tour of your camper. Isabella, animals taking a tour of what? Dom looking outside. Yep, looking like it. Isabella jumping up and running to the door. Oh no! Dashes outside as the others follow. No animals allowed. This is not the animal hotel. Get out! Swift resting on the satellite as he tilted it a bit with his talons. Isabella rushing inside, waving her arms around frantically. Isabella, get out, get out! She shoot at the animal.
Pew 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 pew.
And they shrieked and ran out of the way, finally leaving the camper. Isabella made a round around the RV to make sure there were no spare creatures left, then chased the last few outside as well. Isabella running around outside again. Everybody get out. No stinky animals in the RV. Swift soon has a funny idea as he flew down and landed on top of her puffy hair. No animals in the RV. No animals in the RV. She screamed, batting at the bird on her hair. She took a few steps back, finally landing on her rear on the grass as she continued trying to get Swift off. Swift soon took off as he flew to a nearby truffula tree. Isabel making a whining noise. That bird, he ruined my hair. Tries to pile the hair back on top of her head in the style it was before. It sounds like her hair fell off. And started hiding a smirk. Oops. Swift doesn't like it when guests run around and wave their arms. I'm holding back a laugh a bit. Of course, to be honest, that new look looks good on you, laughing a little more. Isabella glaring at her. It's not funny. My poor hairdo is destroyed. Tom, well, you know, dear, new hairstyles are always a good try. You wouldn't want the same boring style over and over again now, would you? Isabella whimpering, but, Kim, that's right. I mean, it was overdue for a makeover anyway. How the hell? Isabella's standing with a glare. I think it's about time we were headed back home, don't you? Walter, good idea. Wouldn't want to run to any Trogers. Oh my. Kim, it's the best that you should. Oh, Kim, it's best that you should get away before the sun sets. Trogers do tend to come out early when it begins to set. Isabella, eyes widening. Okay, we're leaving now. Get in the camper, everybody. Climbs in the driver's seat, and the rest of the family gets in as well. Tom, are you coming or what? Tom, surprised at her sharp tone. I think I'll stay here. I think I'll stay for a few days longer. Don't wait up for me. Isabella narrowing her eyes. Very well. If you want to stay in this place longer, that's fine by me. With that, the RV pulled away with a screech and a puff of exhaust.
I'm sure glad they brought all those extra characters that added nothing.
They literally were just probably standing there staring for the longest time. Swift watching them leave. Ah, good riddance. Kim laughing a bit. I can't believe that worked. Lorax, no kidding. She actually thought Trogers were going to get her. Which they will for some reason. Tom smiling. Well, I've definitely got my work cut out for me. Kim laughing a bit, but soon looked at Once. She looked a little sad as she began to walk to him. Once, listen, I'm sorry if I acted different around your mom and her family, but I had Suddenly she felt his arm wrap around her. Once, nuzzling her cheek as he hugged her tightly. I know you did, Kim. Smiles at her. Don't be sorry. It was one of the nicest things anyone has done for me. Hugs her again. Kim, surprised, yet she smiled as she soon hugged him. You're very welcome, Onceler. He giggled a bit before picking her up and spinning her around once in enthusiasm. Once setting her down again. I'm honestly just glad that she's finally gone. Kim, laughing a bit. Me too. Swift, good riddance, I say. Wouldn't want her in that family roaming about. Works, especially not with the machine of death they call a camper. Swift, yeah, we don't need something like that in our neck of the woods. Kim, laughing a bit as she smiled at Onceler and Tom.
Last freaking chapter ever. After this, no more magic bracelet ever. Think about it.
Let's hold it off till 2015.
Okay.
No.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more Teamudf. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's long.
Magic bracelet 30 of 30. Last freaking chapter ever. Then no more ever again ever.
We'll find another one that's like 60 chapters long. The Magic Bracelet Part 2.
The scene faded out as it changed to a month later. The needs are getting widely known throughout the land. Just's performing career was doing quite well in town, and Kim, Onceler, and Tom and their friends were enjoying their lives. Yet today would seem quite different from the others, for it was a special day. Onceler was planning for quite some time now, for he was going to pop the big question to Kim. He took out a box containing a very nice ring that he bought using the money he got for selling weeds. He was going to take Kim out on a romantic walk, and then bam! Pow! Right in the kisser! He was going to ask her. The poor man was quite nervous, though, feeling jittery already. Once, walking over to Kim, where Kim was reading a book on the table. Hey, Kim? Kim, Looking at him as she placed her book down. Oh, hi, Onceler, what's up? Onceler, putting his hands on his hips. Oh, nothing much. Just thought if go for a walk through the valley. Wanna come? Kim, sure. Smile. I'd love to come with you. Placing her book in her bag as she got up, walking toward him. His heart trilled with excitement at her words. Onceler walking outside toward the door. Oh, okay, great. Yeah. The two went outside, starting to walk down the valley toward the river. Kim, smiling as she saw the sun reflecting on the river water. It was quite magical in a way. The Onceler looked around for a good spot. Down by that tree? No. Too close to the river? Why about that rock over there? No. Ooh. He started walking back up the hill, changing direction. Suddenly, there was a place he remembered. Kim, Onceler, where are we going? Curious as she looked at him. Onceler, smiling back at her. This way, come on, waves her forward, leading the way up the hill. Kim, shakes her head a bit as she ran after Onceler toward the hill. His excitement grew as they ascended, finally screeching to a halt at the peak of the hill. A soft breeze ran through his hair, sweeping over the valley. You could see for miles around all the green rolling hills that were dotted by truffula trees. Kim, whoa, amazed as she smiled widely, seeing the beautiful sight. Onceler, leaning against a tree as he smiled at her. Do you like it? Kim, like it? turns around, looking at him with a smile. I love it. It's amazing. The Onceler beamed at her. It was time. We walked over, leaning forward to give her a kiss on the cheek before whispering in her ear. The Onceler, his cheek against hers, whispering, whispering, whispering. Close your eyes, Kim whispers as she looked at him. Okay. Soon she closed her eyes slowly. The man felt his heart flutter, and he reached into his pocket. Onceler, okay, now open them. When Kim opened her eyes, a bright flash nearly blinded her. It was a ring shining like the sun in the box.
It was a sci-fi blast.
The Onceler was holding, kneeling in front of her. Kim gasped, seeing the ring as she looked at Onceler, confused, yet you're surprised. Ah, Onceler, what is this? Smiles at him as she was curious. Onceler, taking her hand as he smiled up at her. Kim swallows her hard, feeling his heart beat nervously. I love you, and I know you love me back. I couldn't think of anyone I would rather spend the rest of my life with, so, Kimberly Starling, will you marry me? Kim, surprised, yet flattered.
Whoa!
Touched as many emotions flowed over her as she smiled very happily at the Onceler, as she blushed, looking at him. Onceler soon nodded as she was quite excited. Yes, I will marry you. Soon bends down as she hugs him, as she laughed very happily. His nervousness evaporates as he hugged her back, quite giddy. The Onceler spin her around once, hugging her tightly. Onceler setting her down again. Great, laughs a bit. Kim, laughing a bit, as she smiled. Oh man, we can't wait to tell everyone about this. It's gonna be huge. And I'd make a reference, but none of you would get it. Smiles at him as she saw him place the ring on her finger. And you know, the best thing is that, at least for being asked to wed, didn't involve being kidnapped and not being asked by a disgusting ogre. Joking. Laughing. Don't worry, I'm not going to kidnap you to get you to say yes. I mean, yes, I will.
Yes, I am.
Smiles down at the ring on her finger, sparkling in the sunlight, and then at her. I'm glad it was the right size. Oh, gosh. Laughs a bit more. Kim giggling a bit as she wrapped her arms around him. Kim and the Onceler looked at each other with a smile on their face, but soon heard a familiar coo as they saw Pipsqueak nearby, who, with Swift and the Lorax, saw the whole thing. Is somebody snoring?
Did Geena fall asleep?
No.
Okay.
Who's... I don't blame you, but... I think Brian fell asleep. No. Kim and Onceler looked at each other with a smile on their face, but soon heard a familiar coo as they saw Pipsqueak nearby, who, with Swift and the Lorax, saw the whole thing. Lorax, coming out of the bushes where they been hiding with a big smile. Congratulations, you two. Onceler, eyes wide. Wait, were you guys watching us up from there the whole time? Swift, yep, we followed ya when you were taking Kim someplace. Lover boy, snickering a bit. Onceler, blushing. What is that? Lover boy? Lorax, smiling. Ha! You look like a tomato. Oh, no. Onceler. Well, I didn't know I had an audience. Lorax. That's okay. You did fine. Pipsqueak ran over to the two, jumping into Kim's arms and giving her a happy hug on the neck. Kim, giggling as she hugged Pipsqueak back. Aw, thanks, Pip. Lorax, waving his hands. Well, anyway, where's the romantic kiss? Come on, you two. You're engaged. Get with the program. Smiles teasingly at them. Kim and Onceler looked at each other as they laughed a bit as they blushed, but soon leaned close as they gave each other a kiss. Nearby, the animals cheered after they heard from Swift the news as they began to gather around them. The Onceler looked at the animals gathering around, feeling a bit self-conscious, but just closed his eye and continued kissing his fiancée. He could nearly believe it. Nearby, Tom smiled as he saw what happened, and he was very proud of his little boy. Soon, a week passes, and in Marabella, a royal wedding was taking place. The wedding of Kimberly and Onceler. Oh, or should we say Prince Onceler, for once Kim marries him, he becomes a prince. You know, like the end of Princess and the Frog where Naveen married Tiana. Stab everything.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Their friends from all over came to see the celebration. Thomas and Tia, the bandits with their families, the witches, Stephen and Natalie, and all others, including Jess, Lorax, Pip, and some of the animals from a swammy swan and her duckling to the humming fish family. Tom was present with Kim's parents along with Blossom and her family, even Celeste. It was a big turnout. Everyone was all guzzied up for the event, waiting eagerly for the bride and princess to come out. What? What? The Onceler waited by the altar out in the courtyard of the castle. Kim and he had debated out having the wedding inside, but eventually settled on an outdoor one. A good call. The sun was shining, a nice sea breeze was blowing, and everyone was expectant for a wonderful event. Then, with a burst of sound, the wedding bells began to play. No stuffy-sounding organ. The song was played in light, happy tones as Kim walked into the courtyard looking quite beautiful in her wedding gown. Kim, holding up a beautiful bouquet of flowers with a few tiny truffula sprouts, because truffulas in them, as she walked down the aisle, looking very beautiful in her wedding dress, as she lifted her head with a smile on her face as she looked ahead. The Onceler turned around, an amazed smile spreading over his face as he saw her. She looked lovely. Did she look beautiful and lovely? Because you didn't explain that very well. And he was quite handsome himself, clad in a nice suit and hair neatened. Blossom, wow, Kim is so beautiful in that wedding dress, looking at her walking down the aisle. Keith, who the frack are you? Yeah, like an angel. Austin, also who the frack are you? A beautiful young woman, soon to be married. No, really? Just, and not to an ugly ogre this time.
Oh gosh.
Swift, got that right. She's married common boy that she fell for, or should we say, a Prince Charming or Prince Common. Daisy, looking at her mother, what does that mean, Mama? None of your business, Daisy. Rosella, ha, well, sweetie, if a royal marries a commoner, then the commoner becomes royalty. That means since the Onceler's married Kim, he becomes a prince. Swift, Prince of Needs becomes a Prince of Marabella. Tom, a much more... Who is snoring? A much more suiting title, I think. Hyper beams with pride.
Yeah.
Getting married. I can hardly believe it. Thomas, me either. You know, me and Tia didn't believe Kim was a princess until we had our suspicion about her. But no matter, princess or not, she is a lucky girl to have someone as the Onceler by her side. Tia nodding. He'll love and care for her. And with Kim with help, support, and get used to this new position in Mirabella royalty. There'll be a wonderful king and... I'm sorry, I can't.
Geena.
Tag.
Where'd you leave off?
Oh. At Tom's line, there'll be a wonderful...
There'll be a wonderful king and queen one day. The kingdom couldn't wish for better, and I couldn't have a better son and future daughter-in-law. Blair and Ada nodded as they looked on, seeing how happy their daughter was. They smiled at each other. Words weren't able to describe how proud they felt right now. Their daughter had finally found a man whom she would marry. Random eye, period. After all the suitors, Kim went out and found love herself without the help of anyone else. Soon, Kim approached the altar. She looked at Onceler as he lifted the veil that was in front of her face.
Geena, are you for real asleep? For Flint's sake!
Oh, Geena gets a special badge.
She's gonna get the frogging badge in a second. Frog her. Frog her.
Kim approached the altar. As she looked at Onceler as he lifted the veil that was in front of her face. Did I read that already? I think I did.
Stef.
He
Frog her, please.
He gave her a big smile before taking her hand as they turned to the man behind the altar. Man, looking at the two of them with a soft smile. Oh, it's a random man. I thought it was like, man, or like, dude, or I don't know. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness this princess and this man in marriage. And also to appoint the Onceler as the new prince of Mirabella. Turns to him. Onceler, do you wish to marry Kimberly? And do you promise to uphold your new duties for wonderful kingdom?
Please, come on.
Ow! I can't breathe.
No.
Oh,
Who started the call? Just hang up on her.
Onceler, barely holding in his excitement and nerves.
For God's sake. I hate all of you.
Man. It's not even like creature or anything. It's just man. And do you, Kimberly, wish to marry the Onceler to support him as future king and queen of Mirabella? And Kim, I do. Smiles at Onceler as she was nervous yet excited about all of this. Man, not an affirmation. Then by the power vested in me, I declare you to be one in marriage, prince and princess. You may kiss the bride. The Onceler's heart fluttered the words as he smiled at Kim. Kim smiles at Onceler as her heart fluttered as well as she looked at him. Taking in a deep breath, he put his hands on the sides of her face before slowly leaning to kiss her in the lips. In the lips. As his face fluttered closed, the people in the pews cheered, watching the wonderful and quite magical moment. Kim blushing as her lips were locked with his as she too closed her eyes. The Onceler sighed through his nose and kissed her a bit harder. Finding himself lost in the moment, Tom couldn't help but whistle at the young new couple as the audience continued applauding. Thomas applauding with his wife, Blossom applauding with her family, Hazel with her witch sisters. Aw, what a beautiful sight, sisters. It's so beautiful. Holly nodded.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, just true love, so sweet. Blair and Aiden also clapped enthusiastically for their daughter and new son-in-law, tears brimming in their eyes. A while later, at the reception, everyone was enjoying themselves as music was played, as some people were on the dance floor that was placed out as Kim and Onceler were dancing with one another. Onceler happily back and forth. Oh, the music! Wow, I can hardly believe this. This is really happening.
Yeah. I gave you guys a chance to kick her, but nope.
Indeed it is. Although, I wonder myself if this is real or just a magical dream we're both having. Swinging back and forth to the music. Onceler smiling dreamily at her. Yeah, it just seems like it's too wonderful to actually be real, you know? Kim smiles dreamily at her. Okay. I know. Music plays in the background as they dance together as Kim. Oh no. No. Began to sing. Kim.
Once upon a time,
Not too long ago.
my heart was locked need a cage. No room to spread its wings. Then one day you came along with the kid up and the door. And spread my wings to the whole world about why. Together we soar through the skies. See things we never seen before. Sharing good times on bad times. Overcoming impossible to make it possible. Because we had one another side by side. We went forth toward our happily ever after. Once there is smiling hurt before starting to sing as well. Once upon a time, so close in the past, I was a broken heart. Just hold up my head, keeping up the attitude, and make it through on there. And then one day you came along and turned my life around. And sparking eyes set my heart on a new kind of fire. Took a hold of my heart and never let it go.
Never let it
You're
go.
my love, my escape. You take me far.
Yeah, the snoring is taking priority. We should really kick her. It's making the rest of us like muted or quiet.
It's almost done. We're almost done.
Fine, go, hurry.
Kim singing Two Lost Souls. I'll sing louder. Brought together by fate, written in the stars above. Our love was meant to be. Now until the end of time, our hearts belong to another. You're my sun that lights the sky to drive the day clouds away. Try to rain on my day. You turn my frown upside down with your silly antics. You might not keep shining armor that I've dreamed of all my life. I never want to live outside. Innocent child, I believe they're together for all time. Once they're singing, this feeling makes my heart skip completeness. If we fall together. If we rise as one. You're the missing half, but I'm our new head. Nothing can separate now. Two souls bound for one path. This story is almost freaking done. Brought together by fate. I would never leave your side. We're matched together for all time. Let's live out our happily ever after together for all time. We were just kids in love who made it through the impossible together. We made it possible. We made it possible. No, this is such an instrument. You helped us through the hard times. We made it through camp. We reached the light at the end of the tunnel and arrived at our happily ever after. Brian, you have to help me sing the duet as obnoxiously as possible. Let's go. All right, both singing. Ooh, come on, come on, Ryan, come on.
Oh.
Once upon a time, we were two halves of the heart, brought back together as one. You're not freaking singing, man.
By the
This is
strings of destiny, turn you to a beautiful melody. Now sing again, perfect harmony. We were destined to meet, destined to be together. Now we walk down the same path toward a new beginning in our lives. This was, you skipped the line. For all time. Ooh, we arrived at our happily ever after. Let our magical story continue forever. This is one fairy tale to enjoy over and over. From beginning to end and through it all, we finally came toward our happily ever after. We enjoyed our happily ever after together for all time.
The two smiled at one another as they embraced, as they shared a romantic kiss. The people around cheered and clapped. It's such a romantic scene as the friends smiled for them as the witches used their magic along with Celis to make fireworks bloom in the skies. They made various shapes of heart stars of the monster and him with a heart around them. Indeed, this is a fairy tale nobody will ever forget. And like all fairy tales, everyone lived happily ever after.
The end. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!